because I think balance is a myth and it's all about matching the area of your life that you want to prioritize in a certain season, a certain quarter, or even a certain year. Is this thing on? Happy July 1, everyone, and today we have three agenda items on the list, but all of them will help us reflect on the first half of the year and reset if we need to so that we can slay in the next half of 2026. So let's get into it. Also, I'm going to share the Canva link in the description if you want to use it for your pondering, reflection, and resetting ritual. The first one is our Wheel of Life exercise. This is my favorite. So you have a pie and you would divide it into the different areas in your life, the ones that you prioritize. So for me, that looks like fun, faith, work, finances, romantic connections, personal growth, health, family and friends, or spending time with them. Let's use myself as a sample. So for fun, I rated myself 6 because I've tried a lot of new things, and one of my favorite ones was to try aerial hoop classes because I've always wanted to try them. I feel like when I graduated from college, that's the first thing that I wanted to try, but there wasn't a studio in my province. But now I got to try it, and that was so fun. Next is faith, and this one I rated myself 5 because I was pretty inconsistent in quarter 2, but I was good and consistent in quarter 1. So I guess it's like a 50-50% success. And then work. I rate myself 7 so far. That's the highest that I've given myself because it's where a lot of my time and energy go into, and I've accepted that work is just really a big part of my life because I find meaning in it, and I do it not just to earn money, but I find purpose in it, and it's where I get to use the gifts that God has given me, if that makes sense. So I don't want to apologize for loving work. Anyway, next, finances. I'm at a 4 because my rent got bigger ever since I moved out from the first apartment with my wonderful roommate. And also, I was trying a lot of new things, and yeah, I I was like, I have a lot of debt to my own savings, if that makes sense, and I have yet to catch up. And but at the same time, there are wins. Like for example, I am about to finish paying off a loan that I took for someone else, someone that I love, to help her out, and that's pretty exciting. And then one of the properties, well, it's my only property that I had. I was able to rent it out, so at least that's gonna make some allowance in my budget. Anyway, oh yeah, I also rated finances 4 because I had to pause my freelance work in quarter 2 because I was busy settling down, moving in, and I didn't have the bandwidth to take on more work. Now I think I can do that, so I have a positive outlook for my finances in the second half of the year, hopefully. And then romantic connections, I put 5. So last year, it has always been 0 because I had put 0 time and effort and energy into dating. But in quarter 2, I tried going on Bumble. I met a lot of, well, not a lot. I met a couple of cool guys. I met a couple of guys, made friends with them, went on a few first dates, and it was fun, but that era is on pause. And I think I'm not gonna pour any more energy into this in the next half of 2026. And then personal growth is also at a 7. Did I shade it right? Yeah, out of 7 because there were a lot of things that I had to learn. Because for the first time, I'm living with just myself and my quirks and my habits, and you get to know yourself on a different level once you live alone. And I want to talk more about this in the next video, so let's reserve my realizations for that. Next is health. I put it at a 5 because my sleep. How do I say sleep? My sleep schedule. Just forgive me for mispronouncing it. My sleep schedule is a wreck, and I haven't been working out as much as I wanted to, so I might sign up for the gym soon to pressure myself because there's financial commitment involved. And then lastly, spending time with friends. It's my highest. It's an it's at an 8. But I think in quarter 1 I spent a lot of time with my family. But in quarter 2, it's more like spending time with my friends, having friends over, and having one-on-one time with like different friends, or like hanging out with different friend groups. So there's that. So, this is the Wheel of Life, and it's a tool that many people use to check how balanced or unbalanced, imbalanced their life is. But, well, that's how I used to use it too. But now I just look at it as a tool to check where most of my attention, my energy, my resources are getting into, because I think balance is a myth, and it's all about matching the area of your life that you want to prioritize in a certain season, a certain quarter, or even a certain year. I actually try to do the Wheel of Life exercise each month just to keep myself in check. So the next prompt that I use is, I simply call it more of less of. So it's basically you writing 2 columns. So the first column is where you will list all the things that you want more of in the next few months or in the next half of the year. And for me, eto yung mga yun. And the less part is the things that you want less of in the next half of the year. So for me, it's less impulse buys, doom scrolling, sad girling, binging shows, and canceling on my friends, and being mean to myself. So, what are the things that you want more of and less of in the next half of 2026? And lastly, I like to do a little bit of a goals check in. So I look at the goals. Well, look at what? So I look at the goals that I've set at the start of the year, and I would check 3 things. Number 1 is how's my progress. I like to do like tick boxes. For this one, I used like hearts actually, and then shade every month that I was able to work on it, or every milestone that I was able to achieve. The next thing that I check is how I feel about the goal that I've set. Do I feel excited about it? Do I feel strongly about it still? Or is it time to set a new goal that would catapult me? Catapult? That would inspire me to spend the next half of the year with joy and whimsy and wonder? Or do I want to stick to the ones that I have already set in the beginning of the year? And so that's it. Thanks so much for doing this mid-year reset with me. And actually, my favorite points in every year is the new year, mid-year, and the year end, because it's really the perfect checkpoints, the perfect journaling seasons and phases, because you get to look at how you've been showing up and reset if there are some things that you need to change. So I hope that this has been helpful to you, and I know that the prompts that I have are really simple, but that's the point, because if we make it too complicated, it's hard to like do it. It's hard to make time for it and to even feel excited about it. So yeah, that's it for today. See you in the next video. Bye.